Good morning. There you are. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Coach Christina Johnson. I am the co-founder of Dell and Dell International, and it is such a pleasure to be here with you this morning. I would like for you to tag and invite other folks to this live broadcast. They can always watch it on the as a replay later on. But listen, guys, I am so elated to be here. I trust that you are doing well and that you are finding value in our content. I would like to acknowledge the absence of my co founder. Um, as he is on assignment working in some very interesting capacities, that takes that's taking him away from our morning live. But I'm here. I am here in front of you, and we are both here behind the scenes working diligently with Dell and Dell and our clients and our events and our various offerings. So I want to hop right into um, a conversation that we started last week. I'm sorry, this past Monday, a conversation that we started this past Monday. And as you can see, the title is "'Tis the Season of Drama, Trauma, and Triggers." And last time that we were together, we talked a little bit about how the holiday seasons bring out unresolved traumas, individual family members, whether it's family members or in the workplace, how these unresolved traumas lead to drama within the workplace, drama within the family unit, drama fighting over a parking space, whatever the case is, and also triggers. Individuals being triggered, especially during the holiday season, guys. And listen, I just want to take a moment to just really acknowledge and recognize the fact that although we say "'tis the season," and that was a play that I did on the topic, we say "'tis the season" as though it's a joyous season for everyone, and that is not necessarily the case. More folks are wind up dealing with depression and sadness and detachment and all types of issues during the anxiety during the holiday season. So I wanted to acknowledge that and say that and these feelings, these emotions that individuals are experiencing, it is just across the board. It doesn't matter if you're a CEO in the boardroom or you're a maintenance worker in a high rise, or just the gamut, everyone in between, every person. If you have a pulse, you're subject to these feelings and these emotions. And what Dell and Dell does is that we help folks navigate through that, identify where those feelings come from, what those unresolved traumas are, where the beginning point was, where did it begin, at what point were you broken, at what point were you fractured. So that is our job, and it's something that we have committed our life's work to. Marcus and I both, my business partner and I both, have our combined experience specifically in this area is over 75 years. We have over 75 years experience in the personal and professional development space. Me with ministry and him with seminars. And we have combined our wisdom, our knowledge, our experience, even personal experiences, as well as those experiences with our clients, the trainings that we have had down through the decades, and have packaged them all together so that we can address the needs of companies, corporations, work teams, ministries, nonprofits, students, faculty, staff, and everything in between, family members, and even individuals. We have something that designed for you. And I just feel so blessed to sit in this seat today and to be able to share something of such priceless value to our listeners and to our clients. So I want to dive back in, and we're going to unpack some of the things that we spoke about on this past Monday. And one of the signs of an individual who has unresolved trauma issues or trigger issues is a breakdown in communication. There's a challenge in communicating. And we spoke about it a little bit on Monday, and just how our language and how we perceive what is being said is often filtered through our trauma, through prior experiences. And now the word trauma for some folks seems very extreme. And you may be an individual that says, well, I haven't had trauma. But I'm here to share with you this, that even if it was not an extreme occurrence of trauma, we all have been traumatized to some degree and to some level. I have discovered just living this thing called life, whether it's abandonment, abuse, neglect, rejection, and we've all been rejected. Rejection, those are traumas. They may not be on the upper scales, and then again, they may be. We have individuals that are watching and are under the sound of my voice who have experienced severe trauma. So you have severe trauma, like physical abuse, emotional abuse, having been kidnapped or violently attacked, um, all the way to say just being a kid on the playground and being rejected by your peers or teased or bullied, things along those lines. So all of that is under the category of trauma, and as a result, these experiences that we have had affects our communication. And so I just wanted to share today some of the resolutions, some of the things that we can do to resolve these challenges. So with the communication challenge, it manifests, um, the manifestation is a difficulty in expressing thoughts and emotions, leading to misunderstanding and conflicts. That's how it manifests. It's a difficulty expressing. Have you ever had a challenge expressing your thoughts and expressing your emotions? And in so doing, you make your best attempt and you're missing information, or you just blurt it out in a way that is just so sort of off-putting to the person that you're communicating with, and then it leads to a misunderstanding or conflict, and then you wind up going back within yourself and saying, see, it doesn't work. It doesn't help me to attempt to even talk about this because no one understands, no one hears me. That is a breakdown in communication. And some of the ways that we can resolve this is through encouraging open dialogue, encouraging active listening. When you are hearing someone else communicate, don't be so ready to jump on what they're saying, but listen actively. This is something that I've learned recently. It's just listening, whether you agree, whether it's accurate, whether it's not accurate, whatever your feelings are about it, listen. Just give the other person the benefit of hearing them out, and then structure a conversation subsequent to them being able to at least to express themselves, and consider seeking professional guidance. And that's why we're here. Coaches are here for you to seek professional guidance, to improve your communication skills and address underlying traumas. Trust issues. Number two, trust issues. 9 times out of 10, trauma affects our trust. Whether we will ever again trust another person, trust a situation, trust whether the world is against us or for us, whether an opportunity is going to bite us or is actually going to be a real opportunity. These trust issues infiltrate our lives in many different ways. The manifestation of trust issues is a deep-seated mistrust, skepticism. I don't know. Do you find yourself being skeptical a lot? That was me. Oh my goodness. Listen, this is something that I learned about myself. Being raised in a home without a father causes trust issues. I mean, like I said, it doesn't have to be. I wasn't abused by my father. My father wasn't an alcoholic. But I was raised in a home without him. That was is tied to an abandonment issue because it wasn't as though he passed when I was young. He and my mom split up. He had another family somewhere else, and then by the time I was 12, they moved out of state, never to see him again. Never to see him again. So that developed within me trust issues, skepticism, fear of vulnerability is another manifestation of trust issues. You don't want to open your heart and your soul and just reveal all the good, bad, and ugly about yourself and to a person that you don't know if you can trust them. And so we wind up closing ourselves off. Consider getting coaching. Consider calling the number at the top of your screen because this is something that myself and my co-founder Marcus, this is what we do. We help you to identify the root causes of your trust issues. You can't have a relationship, not even at a workplace, a healthy supervisor employee relationship or CEO vice president relationship or a relationship mother child parent sibling relationship with trust issues. So let's help you get those resolved. Emotional dysregulation, not being able to regulate your emotions, is another byproduct of unresolved trauma. How does this manifest? Through intense emotional reactions and mood swings. People, have you ever met a person that's just volatile? You say the slightest thing to them and they just explode. And so they're not able to manage their emotions, or an individual who suffers in this area. And it may not be you, it may be someone you love and that you care for. You want to get them in contact with us. You want to get them to one of our seminars. You want to get them into some one-on-one counseling, or a better word for that, one-on-one coaching regarding the underlying issues that are causing this volatility within their emotions. So that is what the resolution for this manifestation is, to develop emotional awareness through mindfulness practices. Learn how to be mindful, and we teach you how to walk through that process. Can somebody say it's a process? The fourth is conflict avoidance or escalation. So a person who has been traumatized will manifest that through escalating a situation. They just drill down. They can't let it go. They can't let it go. They can't let it go. They go on and on and on and on. But you said, but what about that word that you use? They get into semantics. Have you ever had a disagreement or a courageous conversation with someone who's just stuck? They were just stuck. They couldn't move on. They just had to escalate the situation. And I have been involved in conversations with folks like that. Now, this is something I mentioned to you last time, because the flip side of that whole manifestation is conflict avoidance. And for many, 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 many years, that's where I found myself. I was raised as a child in an environment by a parent that was very explosive, very explosive. Oh my gosh. My mom, I was raised in a single parent home, and my mother was very, very explosive. She was the person that would holler and scream and do all kind of interesting things as a child. And I just really just like wanted to separate myself from that trauma and from that drama and from that escalating. So I would begin to avoid conflict, very non-confrontational, very non-vocal, almost began to silence myself and disappear as a person when these charged conversations would take place. Okay, I gotta go. All right, and just leave that person alone because I wanted to avoid conflict at all costs. Listen, the way to resolve that, and this is what Dell and Dell helps our clients with, we help you foster a safe environment for open communication. And listen, that takes tools. You have to be empowered with tools in order to do it. You have to be confident and safe enough within your own personal space to be able to interact with others from that place of safety. So, fostering a safe environment for open communication, teach conflict resolution skills. That is something else that we are masters at, teaching conflict resolution skills, and also getting the help, getting the coach, getting that person to walk alongside you. Visit our website. Visit our website is down at the bottom of your screen. We would love to help you with that. And then lastly, boundary issues. A person who has been trauma or has unresolved trauma issues have boundary issues. They have difficulty setting or respecting personal boundaries. So that you're a person that either has difficult setting your own boundaries, or you have difficulty respecting the boundaries of others. Listen, that plays out in a myriad of different ways, and this leads to either um, excessive enmeshment. Just you get enmeshed in everybody's stuff because or they get enmeshed in your life because you've not been able to set boundaries, and then you get teed off because they're too involved and feel they have too much voice in your personal space. And or emotional detachment, where you just begin to detach emotionally. So, what we encourage you to do is to get in touch with us, call us, reach out, get the coaching that you need. I'm over my time for about for a minute or so. Let me just encourage you to call the number 213-395-8133. Tis the season. This could be the season to be jolly, right? To be filled with joy. Learn, let's come on, guys. 2024 is upon us, and I'm going to just take this extra minute to say this to you. 2024 is upon us. It is time for us to do things differently. We are here. We are here. We are here. We have journals. Oh my goodness. We have journals to help walk you through this healing process, walking you through resolving your traumas. We have books, we have journals, we have one-on-one sessions, we have seminars. Dell and Dell offers a plethora of opportunities for you to begin to walk out your own wholeness and your own mental health, emotional health. And I encourage you to do it. So, with that being said, this is Coach Chris. Make today the best day of your life. Make the decision for yourself to begin to walk through these processes, not through sound bites and shorts and reels that we see on social media. All of that is wonderful. It makes us feel good and makes us come to some conclusions. But the truth of the matter is the proof of the pudding is in the eating, right? And that is in the process of being able to walk it out step by step with folks like Dell and Dell. Have a phenomenal rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time.